A week of shooting, competition and fun. We are at the 2025 World English Sporting Championship at EJ Churchill Shooting Ground.
This is really top event, so I think all the best shooters are here. We need to be there too.
Jaf Jefferson is after 3 tricky foxes. See how he gets on.
The less we can talk about that, the better, Charlie, really.
Ian Hodge looks at glass riflescopes versus digital. And David is on the Fieldsports Channel news stump. Welcome to Fieldsports Britain.
We're here at the 2025 World Sporting Championships, folks, at the legendary EJ Churchill World Sporting Championship. Over 800 competitors, 135 Laporte machines, throwing 875,000 plus targets. It's having an amazing time. People from all over the world. I believe we got plus 10 countries showing up. It's just an amazing time. The scores are doing good. The customers are happy. The targets are flying, and it's just an amazing event, folks. Get out and shoot.
The World English Sporting Championship is back at EJ Churchill's in Buckinghamshire for 2025. Shooters have come from far and wide to give it their best shot and enjoy the razzmatazz of a week-long festival of shooting. The clubhouse and sponsors village are buzzing with shooters returning day after day to tackle the side events as well as the 2 100-bird courses that make up the main World Championship. The USA is here in force, not just a full team of shooters, but sponsors and supporters too.
With Winchester Ammunition, we're proud to be here at the 2025 World Championships here at EJ Churchill. We're celebrating 60 years of the Winchester AA shot shell, so we're very proud to be able to be the headline cartridge sponsor here at the World Championships, supporting the U.S. sporting team, but also making sure that people worldwide have the availability to be able to shoot Winchester AAs.
The traditional Yanks versus Brits team competition draws a big crowd. EJ Churchill's Rob Fennick is delighted with how it's all going.
It's an amazing, I say week, 8 days. It's an amazing 8 days, isn't it? There's been a huge amount of preparation that's gone into it to get it to here. The weather's, I think we were expecting a lot better weather than this. You know, the first 2 days, that Saturday sun was scorching hot, which brought its own challenges. And now we've got a bit of wind and a bit of overcast. It's, it's making a challenging course, but it's a phenomenal event. It's something we're really proud of hosting. We love doing it. The competitors are great. You know, some have got beaten up, some have shot really well. You know, it's not easy. It's challenging everybody, but that's what the World Championships are about. So we're not apologising for that. We just want people to enjoy it. The organisation from the team has been brilliant, and we've just got to keep focused now right to the end.
Maybe it's the scorching heat, but for England team manager Colin Burrows, it's all becoming a bit of a blur.
Yeah, I mean, I don't go to Glastonbury, but people who do say you don't know what day it is. And we're kind of that feel, aren't we, at the moment? So it's a Friday, isn't it? So we're a good way into it. And actually, I think we're all feeling pretty good. It's gone well. Weather's been varied, but by English standards, our big problem has been the heat. Organisation seems to be running smoothly, but it is a massive event. We are marginally behind our US cousins, but I've just sent quite a gung-ho message to the team, breaking down the stats. We're leading in the ladies, we're leading in the super vets, and we're within touching distance of all the others. So in all truth, I don't think I'm revealing any great secrets to say we didn't have our best day today. All of us know we can shoot a little better, and all of us have promised to do so. It's going to rain tomorrow. It's going to feel very British tomorrow. So I think we're looking forward to getting out on the blue course and seeing what we can do.
Gunmaker Browning is one of the main sponsors, and it has brought its own shooters over from the continent to try their hand at the English version of sporting clays.
English sporting is a very specific shooting. Most of the European shooters don't know it. They don't know how to do. Repeating the same pairs is a very difficult exercise in your head. Even though the birds are easy, it becomes tricky. But we would like to have them to discover that. This is really top event. So I think all the best shooters are here. We need to be there too.
A good number of shooters are using Browning's latest model over and under, the 825. Chris Childerhouse switched from his XS Pro earlier this year.
It's more like the 725, I think, with a bigger palm swell on the grip. And yeah, it's probably a bit slower handling as well than the XS, which for me, obviously I shoot really to be fast, is probably a good thing. But no, I've been, to be fair, since I started, I've been reasonably consistent with it. Haven't hit no miracles yet, but I'm getting there, and yeah, I'm enjoying shooting it, and it patterns really, really well. Probably the best patterning factory Browning I've ever shot.
Browning shooter Bastien Havert from France has done well with his 825 in the Super Sporting and the Sport Trap.
I have chance to win the British Open Super Sporting, and I finished second runner-up on the World Sport Trap, and I'm very, very happy about that. I shot with a XS Crown, and very, very happy with this gun. But I think it's better now with the 825 for smoke targets, and the barrel is very impressive, and I'm very comfortable with this gun.
Competition is hotting up out on the two main 100 bird courses, the red and the blue, which will decide who goes through to the six-way super final. Now the shooters are having to contend with changing weather from scorching sun to pouring rain. Course setter Steve Lovett is known for his tricky targets, and he has set some real challenges on the championship course, like this going away pair that crosses over just after leaving the traps.
There's nothing really out there that I wouldn't throw on a normal Sunday register shoot, but the terrain helps. The Dashwood estate is absolutely immaculate. You know, we're so privileged to shoot clays in those conditions over there. You know, the whole thing it just works, and it's great really. And you know, when you're shooting on the banks, I can put little twists and turns on these traps that are quite subtle, but if you're not on your game, it's going to rob clays off you. You know, the name of the game was I wanted a B and C class shooter to look at them and think, yeah, I can hit most of these. And even a A-class AA will come out thinking, scratching their heads thinking, why did I miss two of them? The scores have showed that all week really. Yeah. So I predicted a 183 at the beginning of the week, and we weren't far off that.
With all the scores in, there are shoot-offs to decide the final placings in classes and categories. Amy Easman just pips American Desiree Edmonds to win the title of Ladies World English Sporting Champion. Last time we filmed with Amy, she was at a game shoot and still getting used to her new Browning 825.
Didn't expect it, but obviously completely thrilled. Yeah, shooting off with two professional American shooters is obviously quite an achievement.
Absolutely. I mean, they're two professionals, aren't they?
Yeah, and completely different to us. I mean, probably compared to the American team, we're amateurs. We do it as a part-time thing. I mean, a lot of us have full-time jobs and just do clay shooting as and when we can. So yeah, compared to the Americans who do it as a professional job, it's hard work. Yeah, keep up with them. So yeah.
Shoot-offs concluded. That brings us to the big finale, the six-way super final. Leading the pack is American shooter Brandon Powell, whose score of 185 gives him a head start on US teammates Anthony Matarese and Zachary Kinebaum, and England's John Lee, all equal second on 182. Close behind are Mark Windsor and Brett Winstanley, both with 181. It's a tiny gap, and any of the six could still come through and snatch the title. Under the pressure of the final, a few targets get away. Brandon's lead starts to slip, but after 3 stands, he is still the clear winner. World English Sporting Champion 2025.
Waited my whole life to be in this position, especially over here. Yeah, there was definitely stations that were harder than others. I felt like the targets from 2 years ago were better this year than what they were 2 years ago. And the weather played a part in everything. The first half of the week, the guys that shot, they dealt with wind. We dealt with no wind and rain, so that the rain's a little bit of a challenge, keeping your lenses dry. I don't like to wear a hat, so it was definitely a challenge for me. But overall, I think the birds were world class. It was amazing. They did a hell of a job.
For the full results, see the CPSA website, linked below. There are also links to Laporte, who supplied the traps and clays for the championship, and to Winchester cartridges. Plus, to find out more about the Browning 825, go to browning.eu. Thanks all who made that film possible. Were you there? How would you make it better next time? Comments below. Now, what's in this week's Fieldsports Extra? The man who picks Browning's sponsored shooters, a show organiser, and a young ferreter.
Sometimes he's a bit crazy.
This week's Fieldsports Extra prize draw is for books from some of the many authors I will be interviewing on stage at the Cartagena Game Fair Theatre this weekend. Plus, I have politicians, TV celebrities and the Fieldsports Channel stand is bang next door to the theatre. Find out how to enter the draw for the books in Fieldsports Extra, the exclusive behind-the-scenes show for members that goes out to them on Tuesday nights, link to membership below. Now with insurance and with Layla from the Fieldsports Advice Bureau, FAB. And if you join up at the Game Fair, you can have a bottle of our new Fighting Spirit Gin from Fox Denton. And if you're already a member, well, come along and see us and we'll have other goodies for you. Next up, the gift that keeps on giving, that is David on the Fieldsports Channel News Stump.
This is Fieldsports Channel News. There's a new political force for the countryside in Scotland. The Scottish Rural Party aims to address the failure of the ruling SNP to look after the Scottish countryside, especially in the Highlands and Islands. Following the success of the Rural Party in the Netherlands, the Farmer Citizen Movement, or BBB, the SRP plans to work with farming, crofting, fishing, distilleries, businesses and community organisations to ensure rural issues are not ignored in the Scottish Parliament. It is hoping to win enough seats to give it a minority voice.
My region, for instance, that I would stand in, it's half of the landmass of Scotland, and it goes from the top of Shetland down to Campbelltown. And because we're so sparsely populated, then, you know, that's one region out of the 8 in Scotland, so we really don't have a lot of voice.
Firearms licensing is failing in England and Wales. A new report from Basque finds that some forces are providing a timely and proportionate service, while others are falling well short of expectations. The report combines data from more than 5,000 certificate holders, freedom of information responses from 41 out of 42 police forces, and official figures from the Home Office and National Police Chiefs Council. Reporting on it to the Daily Telegraph is unable to bring its readers the full horrifying truth, however, saying shotgun owners are forced to wait only a year for new licences, when some have been waiting more than double that.
There are also major differences as to what it costs to process each certificate, with very little correlation between the cost levels and the efficiency of the force.
A proud mum has put a post on Facebook about her field sports loving son. Charlie Parry from Merseyside flew the flag for field sports in his town centre school with a PowerPoint presentation in front of kids and teachers. He covered pest control and the role of the gamekeeper, and he received a merit for it. Mum Rachel Parry wrote, "I couldn't be prouder of this young man." Activists are targeting Swedish bear hunters with threats. With a month left until the bear hunting season, Antis left a threatening message saying, "See you in August," on a banner outside the home of Anders Garavasjö, chairman of the Hunters Association in the central Swedish county of Dalarna. Police have launched an investigation. Thanks to Per Holmseth for the story. Western Australia is to hold its first aerial cull of feral deer to curb populations. The state that recently cracked down on hunting and banned some kinds of gun is now paying its officials to fly helicopters over wood and bushland and slaughter deer from the air. The Department of Primary Industries and Regional Development has already been conducting helicopter counts of deer. It says it's working with the Department of Biodiversity, Conservation and Attractions to ensure the aerial shootings are done as safely as possible. Thanks to Richard Taylor for the story. Hunting contributes £1.8 billion, or more than $2.5 billion, to the South African economy. That's the conclusion of a report by South Africa's Northwest University, which put the figure at 44 billion rand. It found that hunting employs more than 100,000 people in South Africa. While the market is dominated by homegrown hunters, researchers found that overseas hunters spend an average 6 times the amount of money per season and on shorter trips. Here's one of them speaking on South Africa's MoneyWeb podcast.
The average spending of international hunter in South Africa is around about 400,000 plus, whereas your South African hunter spend per season in the vicinity of 65,000 rand. So you can see the enormous difference between the two.
Photo tourism is killing wildebeest in Kenya. A shocking photo on social media shows tourists blocking the annual wildebeest migration across the Mara River. Thanks to Steve Jones for sending it in. And finally, snake hunters in Florida have a new tool to combat the destructive Burmese pythons. Scientists at the University of Florida are deploying the so-called robo-bunnies throughout South Florida in hopes of drawing Burmese pythons out of their hiding places so they can be killed. The animatronic rabbits are fitted with motors and internal heaters that are designed to replicate the behaviour and body temperatures of live marsh rabbits, which the pythons like to eat. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts. Hope to see you at the game fair.
Thank you, David, who requires everyone please to like this video and subscribe. Thank you. Now, there is a week to go on the raffles on fieldsportscompetitions.co.uk. 3 out of the 4 prizes are still less than half sold, so get them while you can is the message there. Next, 3 problem foxes in Somerset, 1 good quality Jaf.
Right, let's go.
Jaf and Murray are out on farmland in Somerset with a mission in mind.
Me and Murray came out about 3 weeks ago, saw quite a few out. We've got sheep all over this farm. There's a lot of fresh cut grass, so hopefully we're going to see a few, especially young foxes this time of year. There's 3 that we know of that are behind the farmhouse. We're going to try and sneak up on them later, because when we spotted them last time, I squeaked and they just ran, gone. So there's some old foxes, I think. So we're going to just go around these few fields first, see what we can see, head up to the farmhouse, and Josh the farmer is real eager for us to get these 3. Just to protect his lambs, you know.
And we are on a time limit. Why are we on a time limit, Jaf?
I did charge it up and I put it back in the gun cabinet without switching the scope off. So, schoolboy error.
Didn't charge it though.
Yeah, so the less we can talk about that, the better, Charlie, really.
That's the trouble with tech. First thing we spot is that we should have come armed for rabbits this evening. There are lots of them. Of course they could all disappear in a couple of days, but it is good to see and raises Jaf's hopes for the ferreting season this autumn. There's nothing else to see around the farm, so it's off to the 3 foxes behind the farmhouse. It doesn't take long to spot the first one. Shooter Jaf issues instructions to driver Murray from the back of the pickup.
Muzz, he's gone slightly to the left, just behind the fence. Just keep creeping forward a little bit, mate. He might go into the field. This is the field where we saw the foxes last time, and they're so clued up. We're going to be struggling to shoot these, I think. Last time there was 2, we've seen 1. But it's just, as soon as you get close, they're gone. So this is going to be a tricky night to try and get these, I think. But I think if we keep creeping forward and see what happens. Just creep forward a bit more, Muzzer.
Almost in between his 2 front legs.
His search is fruitless. 1 shot, no fox, as the post-match post-mortem shows.
Just shooting low, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Straight underneath him, didn't I?
Oh well.
I've been out for a while.
No, I mean,
He wasn't that far away, no, they're, what, 70, 80 yards maybe?
Never mind. Fox shooting is a game of looking forwards, not backwards. We know there are 2 more foxes in this area. Can we find them? Yes, we can. That's a dead fox. Murray drives Jaf over to pick it up and put it in the back of the pickup.
Well, that makes up for the one I just missed, doesn't it? Yeah, as we come through the gate, I shone the lamp along the hedge, and one was running parallel with the hedge about 5 or 6 foot off. He went in the hedge. So I scanned around the field and boom, there that one was. So I reckon that's the same 3 that we saw here last time, because the first one I missed, 1, shot that one 3. So 1 down, 2 to go. Should have been 2 down, 1 to go, but I'm rusty, you know, a bit rusty.
Amazingly, despite the rumpus going on around it, fox number 3 sits quietly, waiting for Jaf to take the shot.
I think I've got it.
With 2 in the back, Jaf's confidence returns. We are at the end of that hot, dry period in July, and the dust coming off the cut fields is thick. We see roebuck as we head out looking for more foxes. The evening improves even more. By the end of it, Jaf is a happy fox shooter and his friends are happy farmers.
After the first one I missed, we ended up with 4. So the first 2 were over on another farm. He'll be happy because he's had to get rid of all his milking cows. His entire herd is gone. He's always had sheep anyway. Of course, the last thing he wants now is losing more money from foxes taking his lambs and stuff. So I know Josh will be happy. I think those are 3 that me and Murray saw when we come out rabbiting that night. What a nice evening though. We got a lovely harvest moon. There's no wind, which didn't really make a difference. No clouds. It's not particularly bright, but nah, brilliant, brilliant night. I'll never forget the mess. You never do.
Ah, don't beat yourself up. For Jaf's own YouTube channel, there's a link in the description below. Next up, from a shop point of view, Ian Hodge from Ian Hodge Fieldsports says what he thinks of glass rifle scopes versus digital.
We're selling less and less of the mid-range sort of scopes, anything from 100 to £700–800. Those scopes have been overtaken by our friends around the corner here, the day and night vision scopes. They're around £700 to £1,000 mark, which gives somebody the complete option of night shooting, day shooting, 1-0 and no big issues. For the real traditional deer stalkers, when you're spending £2,000 plus, I think those scopes will still be there because that gun is only for deer stalking during the day. But it's a general purpose gun, a 243, 223 that somebody wants to shoot foxes by day or night, and also down to 1.7 as well. Those are definitely taken over. People are buying spotters. I mean, you can buy a set of binoculars here from £35 up to £1,000, but that market seems to be okay. And if somebody wants a thermal spotter or night vision spotter, they'll buy it, but they'll buy binoculars as well. It's just not quite the same looking through night vision or a thermal as looking through a traditional. If you're watching the hunt ride past, or you're looking for stuff around in a more, not a hunting sort of way, binoculars are still the favourite. It's moving rapidly now, and it's not going to slow up anytime soon.
For more, visit ianhodgefieldsports.co.uk. Thank you, Ian. And that's it for this week. If you haven't done so already, please visit our website, fieldsportschannel.tv, where you can click the likes on Facebook and Instagram. You can follow us on X and TikTok. You can subscribe to us on YouTube or pop your email address into our weekly newsletter box, and we will contact you about the show. Fieldsports Britain is at 7 p.m. UK time every Wednesday, and this has been Fieldsports Britain. Good hunting, good shooting, good fishing, and see you at the game fair. Goodbye.